rigorously examined. It was later airlifted to the United States and underwent further exhaustive flight testing. The plane was pushed to its limits by America's top test pilots, Tom Collins and the world-renowned Chuck Yeager.
I told Chuck Yeager that don't deliberately go into spinning stall because this plane is very quirky. Sometimes you get out, sometimes you cannot come out. If you cannot come out, you have to bail out and you lose a plane. So he didn't put the plane to deliberate stall. Americans wondered whether MiG-15 could be a supersonic. That Chuck Yeager has proved that it's not a supersonic because he actually went up to 50,000 feet. He dived down, straight down, and he almost lost his life because he was totally out of control and control system didn't respond until he got down as low as near 3,000 feet. And the chaser plane flown by Tom Collins hand gestured him to bail out. But he didn't bail out, and somehow he pulled out at 3,000 feet above the water.
The test flights proved that indeed the MiG was an exceptional plane, but revealed no new supersonic technology. The defector, Lieutenant No Kun Sok, went to work for the U.S. government and became an American citizen. With the Korean truce signed, the Soviet MiG pilots returned home, but the MiG-15 had already earned its place in history. Eventually, the Russians claimed the MiG combat record gave them a 4-to-1 advantage. The U.S. claimed a 10-to-1 ratio in favor of the F86 Sabre against the MiG-15. But whatever the final score, the MiG-15 was an extraordinary aeronautical achievement and way ahead of its time.
I think in terms of the challenges that the Soviet design bureaus confronted in putting together the MiG-15, given the limitations of technology that they confronted in industrial production, that they did an incredible job in putting together an aircraft that could really challenge the F86.
The plane was very easy to handle and very reliable. At high altitude, it was superior to the Sabre because of its ability to operate at a much higher ceiling. The MiG was way ahead of its time, and all other planes in the world, apart from the Sabre, of course.
You could perform all kinds of high-speed maneuvers. It was a great fighter. I liked it and was very impressed by it.
Back in the Soviet Union, it would be 40 years before the Russian pilots could admit to having fought in the Korean War. Eventually, over 13,000 MiGs would be produced and flown by most of the communist bloc nations. Fortunately for the West, no other MiG fighter would ever cause such a surprise as had the MiG-15 in the secret air wars over Korea. Yet for its pilots, the MiG remains the supreme jet fighter.
The MiG-15 was the best plane in the world, the best fighter in the world. I am convinced of that because it saved my life. It was very tough and could take a lot of punishment. It was a lovely plane, and I can bow to it with gratitude.